G-Dub Apparel, clothing that speak, always delivering a message. It's more than a brand, it's a movement. All right. So this is for my black business owners, entrepreneurs, people that's trying to start a brand. And when I say a brand, I think of this line that Jay-Z said. I'm not a businessman, I'm a business man. You know, because you are the business, your talent. If you are an artist, if you are a dancer, whatever you do, that's your talent. You are a walking, living, breathing business. And you can, in this paradigm, manifest revenue off of your talent. Because in the old paradigm, it was, you know, individuals who have talent, they would come to other people and other people would utilize their talent for their business, for their growth. And people would have jobs. People would work their ass off to build somebody else's brand or business up. And in this new paradigm, your talent is yours. You have 100% ownership of it. You have control of it. And you got to see that way. And you got to create a platform around yourself so that you can manifest the true benefits of your own talents. All right. So first, before I get I'm going to shout out to Tiffany Wiley in the I Am Great movement. Just empowering the youth, empowering them, telling them that they can be great, that they can manifest their dreams, that they can accomplish anything that they put their mind to. That's a powerful statement. It's a powerful message to speak to our youth. Of course, we got the woke hat here, G-Dub Apparel. Click the link in the bio. Support the brand, support the movement. But today I want to talk about collective consciousness. All right. So we're in a new wave where the minds of black folks is shifting to collective goals, collective direction, and forget what the naysayers are saying, because when you talk about your mind, you got to always focus your mind in the direction in which you want to manifest. So if you focus your mind on gossips, beefs, drama, and all the other stuff, where do you think you're going to manifest? You're going to manifest that stuff. But if you focus your mind on a positive, on the growth, on the things that are moving us forward as a people, then you will also move forward in your direction. So me as a black business owner, I understand the most important thing for my brand is not only what I'm doing, but what other black businesses are doing. All right, because we can't look at each other as competition. I can't look at another brand which has the same target audience as me as somebody that I'm competing against. That mentality has to die. I have to understand that my black business owner to my left and to my right is a part of a collective network of black ownership that has to move forward together. Because if you know one thing about black-owned businesses is one can spoil for everyone. Oh, man, I bought a shirt from this black business owner. Oh, man, it took forever to get here. They sent me the wrong thing. They didn't communicate well. They got all this negative stuff to say. And what happens? They don't want to shop with another one. So we have to be on the same wavelength. We have to be, you know, we have to share the same process. We can't look at each other as a competition, because at the end of the day, if you got your little percentage of clients, I have my percentage of clients, somebody else had a percentage of clients, that's still less than 1% of our target audience. But you know who has the largest demographic of black buyers? The Nikes, the Reeboks, the Adidas, the Gucci's, the Louis, all of these brands that communicate on a consistent basis that they don't mess with us. Consistent basis that they don't support our same goals. They don't support our community. These are the brands that have all our customers. And if we want to think of somebody as our competitors, we need to start thinking of these folks as our competitors. All right. So this is about sharing knowledge. This is about sharing TTP, sharing, you know, our experiences with each other. What I want to do is I want to go live with some other black business owner, black brand owners, and just have some dialogue, communicate, network, share some practices so that we can be better collectively as black business owners, and we can grow together and we can bring the awareness, because the direction that we are heading is we're heading in a way where we all can win. We all can win. That's what collective consciousness is about. It's about win-win. It's about heading in a direction where we all can win, where we all can thrive, where we all can grow, if we understand that we got to move together to get forward. Can't one person go ahead of the pack and thrive while everybody else is back here twiddling their thumb? We don't have enough resources for that. But if we have a collective practice, if we have a collective mindset, we can move forward together, and we could take our true competitors out of the equation. Take them completely out of the equation. And that's the goal, collective consciousness, so we can move forward. So that's sharing our knowledge, all right, sharing our practices, and not looking at our brothers and our sisters to the left and the right as people that we are competing against. These are allies to common goals. These are allies to a better future, you know, for our community, for our people, and to make the world just better in general, because we gotta think collectively. All right. And that's first off. So I'm going to talk about how the brand came about, how I came a black business owner, and what's my why in doing things. So in 2008, I was in the Middle East, deployed, United States Army. And I'm out there with my weapon, with my gear, and I'm working at the entry control point. This is, you know, the secure location where, you know, all the soldiers are nested in this hostile environment. All right. And when individuals will come onto the fob, we'll have to search their vehicle, search their person, but we'll also have to communicate and ask them questions. And I would tell you, in the midst of chaos, in the midst of war, in the midst of a fallen economic structure, the most individuals that was coming on the fob were entrepreneurs, business owners, you know, local Iraqi entrepreneurs and business owners. And this is an important statement, because in the structure of foundational business and economics, most people lost their jobs. Most people lost their jobs. Who survived was entrepreneurs, people who were selling garments, people who were doing embroidery and making things, who had a skill, barbers who were cutting hair of soldiers, people who were selling electronics, printers, computers, you know, keyboards, different stuff like that. People who had a tangible skill, a trait. These individuals were the majority of the individuals coming on this this fob to support the soldiers, and also ultimately gaining a huge revenue from the soldiers. All right. And I thought it was interesting. I was talking to a lot of them, you know, people just like you and me. I mean, committed to what they're doing, committed to their craft, just trying to find a way and make a way so that they can have a better life in the midst of all this chaos, in the midst of all this war. I mean, there were true entrepreneurs, people with an entrepreneur mindset who were thriving to create a better life for themselves and their family. And I saw that, and I was a light bulb went off in my head. And I'm like, what am I doing? You know, I know what I'm doing, but what impact am I really making on society? You know, because I joined the military because, you know, I was a poet in New York, and the poetry that I was kicking was so deep, so profound, and it touched and resonated with folks. But when I had to communicate and I had conversations with folks that was really on the grind, really in the community, really doing things, I told myself, what did I really do other than speak? What did I do other than communicate these words through a poetic form? And the answer was, as a 19-year-old, 20-year-old man, absolutely nothing. So I joined to be a part of something, to do something in a different way, you know. And in the military, you know, my goal was to empower people, to increase their level of self-awareness, so that they can grow. Because when you put yourself in the position of being a soldier, you literally say, and without even communicate this, that this is my only option. I have no other option. I'm literally at the base of society. I don't even want to go to school. I can't even, at this point, I don't even want to learn. I just need something that I can start so I can build myself up. This is what you are communicating when you join the Army. Because on the chessboard, no one says, I want to be a pawn. No one says, I want to be a pawn. Somebody want to be the king, want to be the queen, want to be the rook, want to be the knight. Most people don't say they want to be a pawn. And in this insertion of nation building, that's what the soldier is. Now, collectively, the pawn is the most powerful piece. The pawn has the ability to rise all the way from its lowest point all the way to being one of the most important pieces when they queen up at the end if they get to the other side. So, you know, but that's the metaphor, you know, and that's the analogy on being a soldier. So that was the goal. And in 2008, when I seen these entrepreneurs in the midst of combat doing what they were doing, I said, I have to own a business. I have to be a business owner. My mind was already geared on building. You know, I was a builder. You know, I would build people up through words, through my actions, and people watch my actions and want to duplicate those results. So I said I had to start a business. So I had a drawing board, and I put all of my talents on one board and said, these are all the skills that I have. And on the other side of the board, I put, these are all the skills that I want to develop. And from that point forward, I used that process of developing skills to convert myself into a business, man, and see how that works. And so I officially started Untitled Production Team in 2013 as a business consultant, graphic design, web design. So my whole goal and the whole reason for doing what I was doing was not only to become a business, but to help other people create businesses, right? Because I understand the leverage point is people have an idea, they don't know how to turn it into a business. People have this creative talent, and the only source to monetize it is to work for somebody and let somebody exploit their talents, right? How do we grab our talents and utilize our talents for our own growth, for our own building, for our own branding, for our own, you know, purpose moving forward without having that talent extorted for other people's purpose and gain. And so this was the collective goal. 2013, that's 5 years that it took from the initial idea to start. That's a long time. So there's no such thing as overnight success. You know, you might have just heard of them yesterday, but trust you me, they've been putting in the hard work and the effort long before you heard of them, or they break that breaking point where they are seen as successful. So, you know, that was the goal. And over time, I've helped tons of businesses start. People who had ideas and they just had an idea. Hey, I'm doing this. And I'm like, you got a talent. How do you turn your talent into something that's beneficial to you? And these are the questions that I'll pose to people who have, you know, this entrepreneur idea or this special gift or this talent, because we all have talent. So it's not, no one is special, more special than other. It's just understanding, knowing thyself, being thyself, and loving thyself. You know what I mean? You got to know what your talents are, and you got to express those and be those. And then you got to love the fact that you have this particular talent, and you got to put the work in to nurture that skill, to nurture that talent. And along the way, you're going to need individuals in your corner, individuals that you affiliate in your network that's going to help you grow and help you build that. You can't do it alone. You can't do it alone. The days of, you know, black folks saying, you know, I'm starting a brand, the guy down the road starting a brand, and the sister over around the corner starting a brand, and let's all win. I'm gonna do me. He gonna do him, she gonna do her. Fam, if these three individuals who are in so close proximity to each other just link up and put their three minds together, they can manifest 10 times the results of any one of them output individually. And this is the type of mindset that we talk about when we talk about collective consciousness. This is like breaking free from the ideology that I got to win, and if I win, you got to lose. Nah. We can all win. We can all win. All right. And so this is the ideology that I want to push. This is the purpose. This is the why. I want every black business to win. I want every person with the talent to secure their talent and monetize it, you know. And so that's the goal. And that's what we're going to push forward to. All right. So stay tuned. G-Dub Apparel, clothing that speak, always delivering the message. This is more than a brand. This is a movement. And stay tuned. The YouTube channel is coming. Knowledge from the Stoop, Steven on the Stairs. And follow us on IG, Untitled Production Team. Click the link in the bio, support us. If you got any questions, shoot a DM. Peace.